Welcome back to all of you. So in this lectures we are going to start JBus matrix building algorithms. Before proceeding to the fault analysis, JBus matrix building algorithm is the most important. Without JBus formulation of the sequence network means positive sequence network, negative sequence network and zero sequence networks. The basic objective of this current lecture is to build a JBus matrix, or we have to obtain the JBus matrix from a given sequence networks, and we have also solved few examples related to the faults. So, why we need the JBus in fault analysis? So JBus matrix is used to obtain the power network parameter in fault analysis. There is another method that is called the Thevenin's method we can use in place of the JBus matrix. But as you know that the power system is very complex. There larger the buses are connected in series, parallel, combination of the series and parallel. So it is very difficult to obtain the uh, Thevenin's voltage and R Thevenins means impedance Thevenins across the fault positions. So due to large size of the power network, it is very difficult to obtain the open network voltage and Thevenin's impedances. So Thevenin's open terminal voltage and Thevenin's impedances can be calculated from the JBus very easily. So if first we have to calculate the JBus. Then from the JBus we can obtain as per our desired value or desired parameters. So let us assume that n bus. So here we are just going to start the JBus building algorithm. So here we are just in general form we are talking. So let us assume that an n bus power system exists in which voltage current relation is given in this way. So here the voltage is given. So voltage in this way, V1, V2, Vn means is represented by a column matrix equal to Z original means Z bus of the given network, and this is the current I1, I2, In. So aim of to modify the Z bus. So this is the Z bus. This is the suppose this is the a condition when we have to just consider before the fault conditions. So Z bus is the original. After the any fault or any disturbance occurs in the system, we have to modify this Z bus. Any outage of the transmission line or any addition of the new buses to the network. So we have to just modify this Z bus original. So there are four steps. So using these four steps, we have to find out the Z modified. So here suppose the first step is given. So adding a new bus P to the reference bus with impedance ZF. So in this figure you can see this is the Z bus. This is the new Z bus represented by the number P, and this bus is connected through a transmission line, and this transmission line impedance is ZP. So ZP, this means bus P is connected to the reference bus through a ZP impedances, and there is a original network. So this original network impedance is given Z original. So this original network impedance we have, and we want to add this P new bus to the reference bus with impedance ZP. So we have to consider the complete circuit, this network impedances. So here we have to we have to consider this is Z bus original, and we have to add in one rows and one column. So this is the column having the 0 elements because this bus have no connection to this network. Only this connected to the reference network. So these are the 0 terms up to here, and diagonal elements should be a same as the ZP. So this is the Z new. So if you have to identify in the network, we are adding a new bus to the reference bus with a impedance ZP, then we can use this step 1. So this is the step 1. Now come to the step 2. So adding a new bus K to the existing bus J through an impedance ZB. So here, so this original network impedance we have. So here we are adding a new bus K. This is the kth bus, a new bus, and we want to connect this K bus to the existing bus J through an impedance ZB. So this is the A. Sorry, there is a misprint. This is the J bus. This is the existing J bus, and this is the K bus. So this K bus is the new bus. This one is the new bus. This new bus connected to a J bus through a impedance ZB. So we already calculated the Z original to all these network. Only this bus and this transmission line we have to consider in new Z bus. So here we have to consider the same original Z bus as earlier given of this network. Then we have to select the kth rows. Okay, so means kth are because this K bus is connected to the jth bus, so jth rows we have to select here. This one is J, and this is also J, and this one is also J, and this one is also J, and this is the J and J. So this jth row we have to write in this way, and this is one, and we can add a diagonal elements with the ZB elements, ZJJ plus ZB. So this is the second step. Third step is given adding a ZB bus to the reference bus from an existing bus K. So here we are adding a transmission line bit from to a reference bus. Suppose a network is there and it have a bus, this bus, and we have to connect a ZB bus, ZB to the reference bus, and reference bus is given. This is the 0. This is the network. So here all these system have given the Z bus original. We have only connected ZB at our transmission line having the impedance ZB to the reference bus from a kth bus. This is the kth bus. So here we have to directly use this one. So Z bus old means previously bus we have connected. Here there is no new bus we are going to add here. Only the transmission line we are going to add. So size of the Z bus is the same. Only when size of the Z bus is going to change when we are adding new bus. Maximum size of the bus is the number of the buses in the network. So here we are adding only a new transmission line, and this transmission line is going to connect between the existing kth bus and reference bus. So old bus we have to take minus 1 by, this is the ZKK we have to take from the old bus, plus ZB we have to add, and we have to select the kth column and kth row in from the old bus or old Z bus. So from this bus we have to select this kth column and kth rows and multiply and simplify. This is the third step. Fourth step, here we are going to add impedances between two existing buses. Two existing buses means J and K, both of the buses are already counted in the Z bus original. but we want to add this transmission line between K and J bus. So here the size of the Z bus is the same because we are not going to add any new buses. Only the transmission line we want to add. So we have to modify the elements of the Z bus old. So here Z bus new we are getting, this is the Z bus old minus 1 by ZII. This is the II, nothing but this is the KK, and this one is ZJJ and ZKJ. And this one is the, in place of I, just you put the K. So here this is the I, we can simply put. So here take the difference between ith columns and jth columns from the old bus, put here. And similarly for the row, ith column, ith rows minus jth row, element by element. So we have to put and simplify, we can get a Z bus new. So this is the fourth step. So these four steps we have to consider while we are going to calculate the Z bus. So first step and second step, we are adding a new bus. So size of the Z bus is going to change. So increase by 1. Here the step 3 and 4. So here we are only adding new transmission lines between the existing buses and reference bus. So size of the Z bus is the remains constant. Only the elements of the Z bus is going to change. So here simply after the calculation of Z bus, we want to calculate the voltages at particular buses or faulty buses or other buses. We can simply use this formula. This is the important formula. So VI ith bus, what is the voltage? 1 minus Zij minus Zijj plus Zfij. So this is the, we are just considering the a fault occurs at the jth bus. So similarly for the current, so say we can find out the current IFK equal to VF by ZKK plus 1. So this is the fault current. So here Z Thevenin is equal to ZKK. So if the fault occurs at the kth bus, so Z Thevenin is nothing but is the diagonal elements of the ZKK. So here we are considering one example. Suppose this is the network is given. Here the total 4 buses are there. These buses are represented in terms of the nodes. So this is the V1, this one is V2, this is the V3 and V4. For the simplicity, we are only consider the reactances. So here, and this is the references bus. So here always you remember that we have to start from bus 1 for the simplicity. So here bus 1, this point is the V1. So this is the bus 1. So we have to add this bus to the reference bus through this impedance, that is the ZB. So this is the step 1. So we are adding V1 to reference bus. Here initially there is no Z bus. There is no existence of Z bus. So we are just going to start at a 0 level. So V1 connected to the reference bus through the ZB. So nothing but this is the Z bus new is equal to 1 and this is the 1. So simply we have to put this ZB. Now we are just going to add bus 2 to the reference bus. This V2 which connected to the reference bus through the J0.25. So we again use the step 1. So here step 1, this is the Z bus old. This one is Z bus old. 0 and 0, and you have to take the ZB. ZB is nothing but is equal to J0.25. So this is the second Z bus. Now we are adding between a impedance or a transmission line V1 and V2 buses. So here we have to modify the elements of Z bus 2. So here this order we are getting the same. So you know that the step 4. So in the step 4 you are getting the same. So here we have to apply step 4 between to obtain the modified elements through this ZB. So we are getting this is the elements Z bus 3 at this point. So now we are going to move next step. So here we are adding this transmission line through net V3. So means third bus. So this third bus we are adding through this ZB. So we are adding new bus. So order of the Z bus is going to increase by 1. So here we are getting the 3 by 3. So here you know that step 2. So we have to apply step 2. So when we are apply the step 2, so we are getting the same process. This is this one, and you know that this one, and these two columns means one bus connected to here we are placing. So these terms we are the same, and these columns we have to replace. This column is replaced to here, and we have to add these two terms, point J25 plus Z1.6. So we are getting this 0.44. So this is the Z bus after this one. Now we have to again add a transmission line between bus 2 and 3. So here we have to apply step 4. So step 4 means we have to modify the Z bus. Old bus minus 1 by Z22 plus Z33 plus ZB minus twice of Z23 twice Z32. So here we have to column matrix, we have to take Z second column, this column minus this we have to take, and rows we have to take this minus this. So multiply and simplify. Step 4 we can simply. Now we have to add a new bus 4 through this transmission line. So here again we have to apply step 2. So here we are getting the 4 by 4 elements. Same we have to apply step 2. So you can see it. And this bus 4 is connected through the bus 2. So this one is replaced here. And this one is replaced to here. And these diagonal elements we can add. Add means, so we are adding this one. So Z22 this plus 0.5. So we are getting this value. And finally we can add this 4 bus to this one. So here again we have to apply step 4. So after the application of the step 4 means Z bus old minus 1 by Z33 plus Z44 plus ZB minus twice of Z34 or twice of Z43. Both are the same value. So we have to consider this third and fourth, this one and this one minus, and this one is we have to take minus. So we are getting this form. So this is the final impedance Z bus matrix of a given network. So at this stage we are completing the complete network. So we are getting the final. So this is all about the building algorithm of the Z bus. So thank you.